Hey everyone, sorry I've been gone for so long. I've been working on something for Jurassic June. Also, I got some news I want to tell you, so stay tuned for that. But in the meantime, I wanted to show you something that I got as a belated birthday present. This, of course, the Hammond Collection Parasaurolophus. Now, after I got this thing, I literally immediately got it out of the box because, well, I was overexcited. And I gotta admit, I am really happy I got this because now I got 3 dinosaurs. Okay, well, 2 dinosaurs and 1 pterosaur, since pterosaurs are not dinosaurs, but they are related, so... I got 3 figures from the Hammond Collection line, and the Parasaurolophus definitely shows. As you can see, the painting and the sculpting on this figure is really well done. The detail on the skin is really well done, especially on the side here. You can see the detail on that. Really, really good. Now, this Parasaurolophus design was based off the Stan Winston concept. Oh, hang on, let me straighten out a bit. There we go. Now, the Parasaurolophus is based on the Stan Winston concept for the movie, for the Lost World, and honestly, and I think they combined it with the Parasaurolophus shown in the first Jurassic World and Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, and I think they did a really good job on it. The colors are really accurate to the movie, as well as the Lost World Jurassic Park. Well, the movies as in Jurassic World and Fallen Kingdom. So, before we get to the dinosaur itself, let's take a look at the packaging. Now, the packaging is literally the same thing as the Geosternbergia box, and believe me, this thing is exactly the same size and shape, which I'm surprised. I don't know, maybe it's a bit longer or something, I think. Except it has Parasaurolophus on it, and the Parasaurolophus is on the side, and it's a Lost World Jurassic Park logo right here. Very neat. And of course we have the back, and you see the picture from within the movie. Now, in the movie, it had a different color palette than this. It had a lot darker colors in the neck there. But for some strange reason, they went with the Lost World, with the Fallen Kingdom and Jurassic World Parasaurolophus color scheme. And I have to say, the roars of the Parasaurolophus are very neat. I absolutely love the sound effects they make. Even though that's not what Parasaurolophuses actually sound like. In real life, they sound more like this. Yeah. And I will not lie, I think I like the real life sound effect sounds a little better, but the original roars of the Parasaurolophus will always be in my heart. And yeah, it's basically the same thing, so that's enough of that. Here's my flip-a-roll from the rhythm game, Nintendo. And so let's take a look at the Parasaurolophus itself. The paint and design on it is fairly accurate to what most Jurassic Park Parasaurolophuses look like. Honestly, I love the design a lot more, and I'm going to be completely honest with you guys, I didn't really care for much for the Dominion design of the Parasaurolophus. I mean, don't get me wrong, the design is more accurate and looks more unique. But honestly, when I was a kid, I liked more retro and more movie-style dinosaurs, but still keeping animalistic nature in here and there. So honestly, I prefer the Parasaurolophus design on this one a little better because it's more nostalgic and more unique. But I guess you could. But I guess I. But I do. I guess I. But the Dominion one is okay. So I mean, I still like it. Hell, I even use it for my Jurassic World Evolution 2 stuff when I ever like pass the time. So let's take a look at the sculpt. Starting off with the head. Ooh, nice. Oh, thank goodness I don't have to the resolution. But the head, the detail on the head and crest are absolutely fantastic. It's the face. I mean, the head is a little bit of a bit. The face on that's a little too wide on these parts here, but I guess I can understand why they did it because of the joint on the base of the head and neck. What they did there, so I guess I can understand why they did it. The eyes have a glossiness around it, which is very neat, and the mouth can open surprisingly, and this wide, but it kind of ruins the detail. The inside of the mouth has the pink things and the tongue, very neat and cute, and of course, and all the way down to the neck. It has a nice leathery feel to it. You know, I can't help but think about the designs of the dinosaur-like aliens from Star Wars. You know, specifically the ones from Naboo. You know, the ones that the Gungans ride. And I guess I can, even though most of them are technically amphibians. And here's a fun fact. The Ronto from the original Star Wars movie was actually a re-edited and redesigned model of the Brachiosaurus CGI model from Jurassic Park. So that's interesting. Okay, but I know I'm getting off topic with that, so yeah. The detail on this is great, even though Stan Winston designed the Parasaurolophus. The detail on the streaks look great. Even the toes, even the feet have these scales that I absolutely like I like to see in all dinosaurs, because, well, dinosaurs are more descended from birds than that of reptiles. So I love how they have these scales on their feet, like most birds, like chickens, ostriches, and most ground-dwelling birds have these sort of things. I guess even eagles have them too. I think I might be mistaken. I guess all birds have these, but they're mostly minimum. And finally, we have the tail, which, simple. And the stripes on the legs are also iconic, as well as the orange or red or reddish orange or rust color, and the black streak with the white in between. It's one of the most iconic designs in the Parasaurolophus, which is very neat. Now, let's take a look at the articulation. In head, the mouth can open and close, as you can see here, and the head is on a I think a ball joint. I think it's on a ball joint. Basically, every ball joint can be swivel. And thank you, Jobby. And also, you can do this, like a chicken. Yeah. And the neck, the base of the neck is also on a ball joint, and it's very movable. It can move. It can go up this far and go down that far. It can move. It can look this side. It can look that's far to the left, and this to the right. And in real life, yeah, a Parasaurolophus head crest would and bump the back a little bit. But that's one of the most iconic features of Parasaurolophus. It's the resonating of a sound chamber and inside. The arms are very flexible. You gotta be careful there. The arms are on hinge joints, as you can see. There are the hinges, and up and basically in and out. And oh, dang it! I don't want to scratch it. A very tight swivel, but it's still good. The arms are the elbows and arms are on hinge joints too, but they only go this far up. Oh shoot. Yeah, they don't go that far, so that's good. The base of the hands or front feet, front toes here, the arms, they don't have hinges either. But we'll get to this later. This soon. The legs can forward and back, but it's on a tight like a limiter, so it can just snap like that. The base of the leg is on a hinge joint. The knee is on a hinge joint, and it has a swivel. And finally, the ankle here is also on a hinge joint. Basically, it can go this far back and only this forward. Now, when I first found this guy online, it dawned me that they did not put hinge joints on the base of the feet. I mean, it would have been better if they just made it look like it pointed back. I mean, the T-Rex I have can do that, but it doesn't have it on here. But overall, it's not bad. And there's the Jurassic Park logo on the bottom of the foot. And finally, the tail is on a bendy wire. And surprisingly, it's shorter than a Parasaurolophus's tail. I don't even know if it was really short in the movie, but yeah. It would have been better if they did make it a little longer. The tail can only bend on the base at the end, but not in the base here. So yeah. That's the Parasaurolophus. And for size, and now let's get to the size comparisons for my little ducky. And Ducky is a Saurolophus, not a Parasaurolophus. I mean, a lot of people mistaken Ducky and her parents for her sisters and her parents as Parasaurolophuses, even though they are Saurolophuses. Common misconception. Size comparison number 1. Here's the para next to the Geosternbergia. They're not big, but when I pull out the wings a little more, it's sizable. And if I turn it to the side, it's almost the same length. Well, it's a little longer if I do this, but yeah. Overall, not a bad size comparison. Baby. And now for the next size comparison. Here's her next to Roberta. Next to Roberta. Yeah. Now I've been thinking a little bit, and I don't know if the Parasaurolophus was actually this size compared to T-Rex, but it might have been a little larger than this, but not large enough, but not too big. Hell, in the Jurassic World Evolution trailer, we see the T-Rex hunting one of the Parasaurolophus as they were running away. I had to clear my throat there. And apparently the size comparison of those two is fairly understandable in the trailer. But here, yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. The size comparisons is okay with them. I don't know if they were. I don't know how big they were. But if they were comparable. But if these were the comparable sizes, I can totally understand that. So yeah, that's basically the size comparison of the two, and well, they turned out pretty great. And now I can do this. Yeah, this is the best. Yeah, this is the best thing I've ever gotten. But is it the best? I mean, this will always be my favorite. So there you have it. That is the Parasaurolophus. And honestly, if you guys want to pick it up, if you guys want to pick it up for yourself, I guess it can be available at Toys R Us. So yeah. That was the Parasaurolophus. Now, the T-Rex will always be my favorite figure. And you're probably wondering, why am I talking like Christopher Walken? There's a reason for that. Because I have the power! Yeah. It is real.